All right. All right, we're here. Thank you for coming, Roberto.
Thank you very much for inviting me here.
We are in the presence of the great Jessica Breitenfeld.
Thank you.
Wow.
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 I do like two guys saying that. Thank you for coming.
Oops.
Ooh.
I speak a lot in public, but I have never had any training, so I'm a little bit, intimidated by these two great people who have been involved in public and professional speaking organizations for, a long-ass time.
And this guy created the club that I am in when I came to Barcelona 9 years ago. So thank you to you. I have my career, actually. So I owe you a percentage of how much I make today in this interview.
But you are an institution there, so
now thanks to you.
I have a lot to learn from you and your experience. So,
Introduce yourself if you don't mind.
Well, I'm Robert Ferrer, as you maybe know, but I'm trying to transform people in order to embrace their purpose, and I work with them by mentoring, coaching, facilitation in communication, sustainability, public speaking.
And that's Roberto Ferrer Vilalta.
Robert,
not Roberto.
In fact, I'm Catalan, so it's Robert. But my wife is from Madrid, so my fathers-in-law told me Robert, or my English friends too.
We call you Robbie or Bobby.
No, please, no.
And can you introduce yourself, Jessica?
Yeah. Jessica joined Toastmasters, which is what we have in common here, talking about public speaking, what Victor's talking about. I've been talking since I was pretty much born and been developing that, and thanks to you, Victor, I've been on some stages. So
what's the name of your company?
Tell me your company. My company, How to Be You.
How to Be You.
Yeah.
Not how to be me, but how to be you.
How to Be You.
Okay, excellent. My name is Victor. I'm with the Metropolitan Magazine, the American Society of Barcelona, and we're here at the beautiful StartupMat, talking about entrepreneurialism, being authentic, meeting cool people, trying to figure out how people are going to, fulfill their dreams.
Ooh.
And with us three, we're going to basically make people's dreams come through by listening to this podcast.
Oh yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so, Robert, how do you make people's dreams come true?
Well, in fact, if asking questions, because many people don't know what is the dream about. What is the, of course, many people dreams, but do you really have dedicated time to think about your purpose? What is your dream? Why are you doing what you are doing?
Oh, channeling Sinek again.
No.
What is your why?
What is your why? Victor, what's your why? Just checking, because you're involved in everything that could ever happen in Barcelona. You've been doing that even before Barcelona Metropolitan, and because we do speaking in public and training and coaching, you're not exactly in that field, although you're asked to do it all the time because you're so wise. So tell me, also, before we ask him, I'm curious, why do you do all the stuff that you do with people?
I like this question. I never get asked. All right, so I'll start with Metropolitan. Okay, so I was here. I was very happy. I had a great life. Two beautiful kids. I was very happy in my marriage. And then, I never really understood how some of my friends would tell me everything was going great, and then my wife surprised me because she wanted a divorce. I didn't know she was unhappy. And I was like, how do you not know? Because I was always very happy about having a good relationship and good communications. And guess what the fuck happened to me? My ex-wife told me she wanted a divorce, or she wanted to be separated. And so basically, all of my cuñados, my brothers-in-law, my parents-in-law, I adored them. They were my best friends here in Barcelona, and I had to recreate my life here. And I started to recreate my life I started to read the Metropolitan magazine in 1996.
Oh, wow.
And because of the Metropolitan, I learned about the American Society. I learned about the Ronald McDonald House. I learned about the United States Navy League. And I learned about English Radio and a couple other organizations. And curiously enough, I became either the president or the chairman of all of these organizations at one point. And so this magazine had a very special place in my heart to help recreate a network that I lost when I got divorced. So it's showing a little bit of vulnerability here. And at the time when I was going through a really horrible time in my life, Tara, my current woman, as we say here in Catalunya, she came in and she friggin' rescued me, and we've been doing all these things together. So all the NGOs, the work, everything I do, Tara's a major part of it. And so because I went through this difficult period, I wanted to help people integrate into my beautiful city of Barcelona and help them, live a great life. And all these things kind of patched together. And because Metropolitan was a cornerstone of this life that I had to recreate, I want to keep this organization alive. So my wife and I joined it. It's more of a passion project because as a business it sucks. But it's a great way to open doors. It is a leading magazine for the English-speaking community of Barcelona, and it helps me accomplish a few other things like the Metropolitan Business Association, where we're helping. The entire purpose is to help others generate business for themselves. And so I don't know.
He'd be great in that in the MBA.
I think Robert would be a fantastic addition to the team.
Because you've dedicated your life to communication.
Yes.
Before you did your 5 TEDx's in Ingracia, before you helped with TEDx in Eixample with the women, with Gemma, were you always in communication, or did your ex-wife push you into this new life?
No. In fact, my engage with communication, because I studied industrial engineering, and I was working as an engineer in managing the logistics. And one day I said, okay, can I imagine my entire life like this day?
Yeah.
I said, no, I need more creativity, more something else. And I studied marketing, communication, and I fell in love. And it was when my career in communication started, because of course I achieved to change my career, and I think that it's not the same changing your career maybe in the States or than here. You need a title, you need an experience. It's very complicated still today to change the path that you have chosen.
So how are you able to change that? Because engineers, as a corporate trainer, it's well known that the engineers have lower scores in the communication skills. But were you just born with both sides of the brain like beaming, and so you could switch over to communication training like that? Or did you have to really face some big fears inside of you, some beliefs about yourself? Or was it just like that, I'm a communication trainer?
Well, no. In fact, curiosity moved me. So I'm a transdisciplinary person. Okay. And during my studies of engineering, I participated in the theater group.
Oh, wow.
So there, my fear of public speaking disappeared. Okay. But after joining a multinational company in the marketing department, the presentations increased a lot, and it was the point when I joined at Toastmasters International here in Barcelona, and then it was when I started my communication and public speaking career.
Your second life.
My second life.
And you look so young. When I saw you when I was hosting, I saw this handsome young man in the front row, and I was like, oh, he just showed up. I wonder who that is. And I'm like, this is a guy who's had 2 careers.
Okay.
Wow. So communication keeps you young.
Vilalta.
Right? So following your passion, changing your career, going for what lights you up, and helping thousands of people speak better and have better lives keeps you young. Is that not the best motivation?
Yes.
More guapo.
More guapísimo.
Wow.
It's because of that we are younger.
Well, he looks super young too.
We are smarter and beautiful people.
Yeah, damn, we're good.
There you go. So communication.
Jesse, I want to ask you.
Oh, do you?
What brought you into what you do?
Oh, you. No.
How to be you?
How does one be Jesse?
How does one be Jesse? Jesse was bullied when she was 12 because I was this tall and they called me a boy. And I suffered greatly in my self-identity, and I stopped talking for 6 months.
What?
Can you imagine I didn't talk for 6 months?
No.
Right? And I had no friends, and I used to read a book a day. I haven't read a book in 12 years, right? Because I got over it, but it left a deep, deep scar of self-disdain, self-dislike, and even probably self-hate. And so I went to therapy to learn how to be me without the shame. And so you go to enough therapy, and they make you a therapist. So I became a Gestalt therapeuta, and then that just led to helping women not suffer the same way I did for as long as I did. And with Toastmasters, with public speaking, with you getting me on stages 3 years ago, he was my mentor, with the Professional Women's Network, put me on stages. The last 3 years, I've just spoken in 25 different countries, and now I can use that pain that I had to actually help other women. And so that's the thing with your...
So where have you spoken? 25 countries, that's
25
a lot.
countries, I know.
Wow.
Do we have time to list them? But last week I was in Ethiopia. The week before I was in Ivory Coast. The week prior to that I was in South Africa, London, Malta, and, well, just add
And other
about
stuff.
20 more.
And you're also the speed networking queen of Barcelona. What does that mean?
That means that you put me in the spot where I could have 200 expats, and I learned how to make them connect and have fun in a very fast way from your style, and I took it to the next level and started traveling with it. So
That's fantastic.
you're my inspiration, babe.
So, Robert, when you think of StartupMat,
Yes.
are you particularly proud because this is in, this is in Mataró? I met some really cool Mataroans today.
Well, I know that for me, yeah, I must confess that yes, because I'm from Barcelona, but I always live in the Maresme. So if I...
Visca Mataró.
Vizcaya Mataró, the capital. So no, it's great that because many people think that all the Barcelona is a great capital. It's one of the major cities in the events industry. So it's great that other things and very interesting things occurs outside of Barcelona, and I like it when I arrive here and I talk with organizations, with Angel. Oh, the event is really cool, and it's great that it's happening here in Barcelona, in Mataró, instead of Barcelona.
But I love to share that Technocampus and everything that's happening here. Actually, I came here on multiple occasions in another business that I was involved in for import-export, and this campus has always been a breeding ground for fantastic entrepreneurs. And long before I got involved, for the last 5 years I've been coming to this event, but I have been coming to the Technocampus to look at other companies. So do you get involved with the entrepreneurship ecosystem here in Barcelona and or Mataró?
Yeah, I was here a few months ago, and it was November, wow, time flies, and did a talk, and it was the Women's Entrepreneur Day, November 19th. And so Mataró celebrates that, where I didn't see anything happening in Barcelona. So this place is a very special place, led by quite a few women who brought us in here. And you do feel that there's something here that big old Barcelona doesn't quite have. There's a sense of community. You saw all those 25 volunteers, just one girl, but it is a tech school. So
I think the StartupMat team deserves a shout out. The great team behind it that is not often in front of the camera, but all the stuff that has to take place behind the camera, organizing the event, promoting the event, all the audio, visual.
Behind the camera.
And to make everything look smooth takes a lot of effort.
Do I look smooth?
You are smooth, dear.
Thank you. Are they going to Photoshop me? Yeah. So I look as young as you guys? Oh my
All
goodness.
right. And is there any particular either event or startup that you would like to discuss or identify here that occurred today?
Well, occurred that I met here people that I know from TEDx, for instance, Gemma or Eduardo Forte that were here too. It was like, oh, it's great to reconnect here in Mataró instead of Barcelona. And in an event talking about entrepreneurship, startups, and it's also great that you have decided to bring the homeless entrepreneur into the stage, because it's also a kind of a startup. They are starting again with their life.
Very aligned with the I guess the mission, the challenges, and everything. How about you, Jessica? Is there anything that kind of moved you more than others today?
I loved seeing the women on stage, and particularly one woman. Remind me her name.
Nubia Salan.
Just kick-ass and using humor, because as professional speakers that we are and trainers, we need to engage audiences. And you see some people that excel at it and some people that are mediocre at it. And she showed how important humor is. And so I do appreciate that when there are some funny ladies out there, and we've had a nice time as well. It's like, if you can laugh and enjoy and sell your services, it makes a huge difference to, well, the investors that you're going for, the clients you go to. So you have to be in your why. You had to change your career. You changed your career. I didn't have a career before. I was just traveling the world being a hippie. And so if you enjoy it, I think success follows after that. So
yeah, I mean,
beautiful.
it started off yesterday with Matteo. It was a really good conversation, and this morning we started off with Romu. That was a really interesting discussion about SEO and how it's used, some of the myths that are taking place, and then it just started the content for this year's speakers and people was fantastic. Gemma's always blows the roof off the roof, blows the roof off the house, but Nuria. My God, wow, what a powerful speaker she was. So, yeah, no, there's a lot of really interesting companies here. I saw a strong emphasis not just on into artificial intelligence, but cybersecurity seemed to weigh pretty heavy here. The winner, he actually did a good job. He was the last on the pitch battles, but he won the thing. And actually, in the middle of his presentation, I believe there was a technical issue. I think the connection with Google got lost, and he just sailed through it. And so he did actually a very good job. Also, there was a number of companies that I met, and I probably would not have had it not been for the gamification.
Yes.
So did you meet something?
Joy? No, but that was new this year. You got points if you talked to the stands, the businesses that were here. If you got a signature, some guy came up to me and said, "Can you sign this?" And I said, "My name's not on there." And he walked away like I was a nobody. That wasn't a very fun game for my ego, but it's really great when you get people to talk together. It's not a fun event if you leave with only one contact.
Yes.
Right? And so that's our jobs, to include people in what's going on here so that you guys come next year and that you play the game, but not too well, because he wants to win next year.
Damn it, I didn't win this year.
You were close until you lost the paper.
Yeah, I lost my
Can't
sheet.
win the game if you lose the paper, Victor.
And there was a number of opportunities to learn about companies, but because of the inclusion, they forced you not just to know the companies, but to know enough about them. And I got the honor of walking around with my StartupMat date. His name is Bavik.
Yeah,
and Bavik's just this brilliant guy from a company called Seven Span that was going around and asking penetrating questions that really elucidated the business plan, the business model, questions about it. So a big shout out to my Indian brother, Bavik, out there. What were you expecting today?
To have fun and to learn and to share.
Check, check, check.
Check, check, check.
Check, check, check.
So we are in a position now of winding down not just the
day's over,
the podcast, but the day, and now we're going to party. Are you ready to have some kombucha?
Kombucha, some ginger. It does taste like
ginger.
Well,
I had like 3 bottles of kombucha last night.
You did?
Yeah, I was all kombucha'd out.
Did you sleep?
No, actually, I got home and I had to do all this different work. But it was actually quite refreshing when I drank it.
Amazing.
So I wanted to do a shout out for the sponsors that brought the kombucha. And have you ever had kombucha?
I have, but not with a sheep on the front.
So what does kombucha do for your body?
Oh, it apparently doesn't let you sleep.
I think it makes you very virile. It makes you powerful in a very intimate setting.
It actually gives you good bacteria in your belly. That's pretty much what it is.
Good bacteria?
Yeah, so it helps you lose weight.
Okay.
You feel better. It's like communication, public speaking. It makes you
feel
better.
It moves you.
It moves you, huh?
Excellent. I like that.
Like fiber. Good old fiber.
And Jessica, do you do a lot of work with startups in your career and your work when you're not at StartupMat?
Well, Barcelona Metropolitan, we're at EU Startup Summit in Malta, 3rd year doing the speed connecting.
Wow.
Yeah, and so we were there. I connected about 150 women in startups. So women in tech is what I'm obsessed about. So I'm definitely involved with the women's side of it. And when Startup Grind used to be around, I used to love going to that, and I know you helped organize that. And Alex was here earlier today. So definitely. The people that are going to change the world are entrepreneurs, in my opinion, the startup people, they're thinking differently, they're thinking out of the box, and then the big companies will buy them and they'll make it mainstream. So, but we need those ideas, we need those bootstrapping folks, we need those women that are going against the grain and doing things that most people will never think of. So if we're not supporting the startup women, we're not really empowering the children of tomorrow, because those are the women that are becoming the role models for all other children. So I think these events are great because, these women need the exposure and they need the funding, and they need us talking about them.
And because even this year in the StartupMat, the winners of the pitching battle, all of them were men.
Ah, yes, I saw that.
And it's not only a problem from here. You go to another pitch battles.
Too many men.
Too many men.
And this actually reminds you of the conversation that the vice president of the Catalan Society of Technology was talking about, Núria Salan. She was talking about some of the challenges that women have. They're just not represented enough. Then there's also a conversation that isn't necessarily against them, but a lot of times women who are not familiar with technology or engineering, sometimes without perhaps a bad intention, kind of steer young girls away from studying or taking on a career that involves engineering or technology. And then, of course, when she was talking about if we don't have role models, then it makes it hard to convince young women to take steps into hard sciences, into math, IT, and technology in general. Because one of the things that's fascinating, I remember when I learned about Catalonia that I was very proud of, when my daughter started to go to one of these magnet schools to get an international baccalaureate degree, 34 out of the 36 students in the hard sciences were girls.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I was really excited about that. But then at the end, none of them, or very few of them, I should say, went into technology-related stuff. Even my Laia, who's absolutely brilliant, she does research.
Yeah.
She didn't want to do technology-related stuff, and I never really figured out. She didn't think she was good enough. And my daughter's like insanely smart. But I mean, that might be a good example of women who are prepared, who can do it, but opt to do something that's not technology-related. I don't know if you've seen any of this in the people, the companies that you mentor.
Yeah, but, it's something that one of them, the women, used to be more conscious of what of their fears, and they want to share, to bring value, to take care of the community. So it's true that the fear of the stage is higher on women than with men. That many of them is like, I go there, I talk, I move, I go down. No, and the process is different, and it's
Thought process.
It's even more. I need to use more the coaching part
with women.
or with women than with men.
Okay, and so I think we need to be winding down.
Yeah.
But just to remind you, very proud of the StartupMat team, and also the inclusion of women. When we're talking about la voz de referentes in startup worlds and investment worlds, we had Mercetel, we had Jemer Cernuda, we had Núria Salan. We had a number of women represented here, and I think that's a hell of an achievement. So just a shout out to my Catalan teams that brought in the women to close down this fantastic event. And thank you, StartupMat.